Hi, this is Jeffrey Rhoades from Experimental Homesteader, Exotic Gardening, and Sheri Ann Richerson.com. Tired. It's been a long week. It's not over yet. Have to work tomorrow and Sunday. So, but I'm not going to talk about work. I decided I'm going to start talking a little bit about the American Civil War. I'm kind of starting in the middle of things, but I'm going to try and do, occasionally I'm going to talk about events that happened during the war on certain dates. And I was looking at some information today. In November 17th in 1863, the siege of Knoxville started. It ran from the 17th of November to the 4th of December. The Union forces were commanded by Ambrose Burnside. He actually was a Union general who at one point in time was in charge of the Union forces on in the Eastern Front, facing off against Robert E. Lee, but he had not been real successful, and had been transferred to the what was called the Western Front, and he was under the command of Ulysses S. Grant. Ulysses S. Grant was actually in charge of basically all the Union forces at about this time, and he was facing Burnside was facing off against James Longstreet. Longstreet had been one of the corps commanders under Robert E. Lee earlier in the war. Was very successful as a commanding general, and had been moved into the Western theater of operations for the Confederacy, trying to bolster their forces in that area. But it was, already kind of a losing battle at this point. In '63, the war was going against the Confederacy. By November, Lee had already been defeated at Gettysburg in July, and Grant had taken Vicksburg also in July. So two key major battles that had gone against the Confederacy. So they were basically being forced back, pushed along, losing the war, and Longstreet had been moved to the Western Theater, trying to, solidify that side. Lee was still in command in the Eastern Theater, and still causing grief to the Union forces, but was more of a defensive situation at that point. So anyways, a little bit of history there. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, comments below, subscribe, and help us out. And we will see you again tomorrow, and have a great night.